Yeah.
Yeah, I think that seals the deal for him. Like
With
winning.
the election?
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
You don't really?
I think honestly, I don't think any deal has been sealed yet, but the post-debate reaction from like the media and Democrat donor class has been kind of fucking insane. They're doing everything they can. Like, I mean, I don't know. I don't know anything about anything, but Biden should be the nominee. It's like his debate performance, yes, that was fucking terrible, but like I thought we were all lying to ourselves about his obvious decline. You know what I mean? This was an issue in 2020, and the debate performance is the worst so far, but like that's the candidate, you know? Just be like, yeah, it was a bad debate performance, you know, let's move on. But immediately post-debate, the CNN panel is like, we need to put him down. We need to send him to a farm where he can live with other dogs, you know? It's like they want to kill him, basically. And that has not let up, you know? And it's like now it's every single day he's saying something embarrassing, and they, you know, even people that were his supporters kind of like hyper fixate on it. And now they're really pushing this guy out of the fucking race without a clear replacement lined up. You know, I don't like it. First of all, it has to be Kamala Harris.
Right.
You can't, if you just skip her, it's like, especially, you know, like I talked to my dad about it. He's like, I don't know. I really think if you got two white guys, and I'm like, what are you just, you're just racist. He's like, people will vote for that. Yeah. I'm like, what people?
You can't.
What do you mean?
He's
like, maybe Gavin Newsom and Larry Hogan. He's like, you know, like a Gavin Newsom, Larry Hogan unity ticket, and I'm like, you're insane.
Yeah.
What? Who? First, do you know who Larry Hogan is?
I never.
He's like the former governor of Maryland, but he looks like a pig demon. He looks like he has his nipples pierced, and he lives in hell. And that his job is to like punish like the gays sent to hell. That's his demon role.
Right. I like this guy already.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
But I don't know. I mean, the reaction to Biden's debate performance is shocking. It's like they're just doing everything they can to push him out of the race.
This is.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. This is when I knew he was fucked, when they introduced him at the debate. And he's walking up to the podium all slow, and he's like, "Hey, yeah, thanks for having me. It's good to be here." And I was like, "Oh, he doesn't know no one's here."
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
Well, I think he was saying that to Jake Tapper.
Oh yeah.
I mean, there was a lot, and then he had this interview with BET yesterday, right?
Yeah.
And he's talking. He couldn't remember Lloyd Austin's name, and I don't know what the question was. And he goes, "It's about treating people with dignity. You know, for example, look at all the heat I'm getting for who I named as." Secretary of Defense, the black man.
No.
Yeah, and then he goes, anyways, Ketanji Brown. he just says Ketanji Brown. Like he calls Lloyd Austin the black man. You know, but here's the thing. I think like why people voted for Donald Trump, even though he's lying, it's that there's a type of negative charisma that he has where it's not that the people muddle the idea of factuality and the truth with the idea of authenticity. And this is why Vinny Beetle is a great example of this. Because no, here's what I mean. Because being authentic does not mean being honest. It does not mean being honest about material reality. Being authentic means that this is a person that people can have an easy read on, and they're not trying. If they are trying to manipulate them, it's because their attempts at that manipulation is perceived in sort of a monolithic way. Vinny is a scumbag. Vinny lies to people. Vinny will scam people and take their money, but that's because he's scumbag Vinny.
He embraces it.
Not only does he embrace it, but that is his identity.
Yeah.
You know? And that's something that people can cleave to in a weird way. This will sound crazy, but I think you need to trot. First of all, there's all the talk about Biden dropping out. He might drop out today. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, but full weight should go behind Joe Biden. And after the debate performance, they should have had something more embarrassing. You know, if that BET interview came out where he's calling Lloyd Austin the black man right after the debate performance, calling Zelensky Putin right after the debate performance, that kind of stuff, if you do enough of it, eventually it will ingratiate people to the idea of Joe Biden, the senile moron, you know? And then it creates a sense of authenticity. They're like, wow, this guy can't get a fucking sentence out, right?
Yeah.
And I can trust that. I can trust that aspect of him. I can trust that that is his identity. And then, separate from that, you have a platform. You have policy that he's running on. And the reality is, it's like, the economy's doing pretty good, all things considered. You know, it's like
Is it?
I don't think like there's a question about whether there's still a soft landing versus like a recovery. You know, we've avoided a recession. I don't know if that's happening or not. I don't know anything about economics, but the reality is like the stock market looks pretty good. The jobs report comes out every month. There's more, they revise it down, a month later, but the jobs are still being added. Unemployment's creeping up. And then there's a debt crisis, but we've had a debt crisis for a very long time. So I don't like, if the Biden administration can figure out, I don't think there's going to be a resolution with like the Israel-Palestine stuff or Ukraine before the election, but the economy's good,
Yeah.
And if all Biden is just like a 2 million year old retard that says dumb shit every single day, if he can laugh about it, which he does, they're trying that. He's like, oh, I had a bad performance, or I'm not like I'm not a spring chicken anymore. If I think if there's a way you can just sort of navigate that and create this idea of Joe Biden being a stupid grandpa with like a good platform, I think, he could win the election.